What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back, and we're back with a big match preview for this division anyway. It's a big match preview, though. Sets down a marker for me, this game against Burnley coming up tomorrow as we stand here today. 3 points would just, I mean, it would lay down the marker for Leeds United, in my opinion. And it is possible, people, and we're going to get into that. I'm going to give my preferred or suggested first 11, and I'm interested to hear yours too. Before we get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your comments below. Thank you to all existing members of the channel. You know that bit of support goes that extra mile for me, and I really do appreciate that. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description or is next to the subscribe button called join. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do these going forward. I'll be real with you, people. I think I may have to go to short form content at some point. I'm going to mix it up because I don't know how. I have to go with what the analytics and everything else is saying. And just over the last few videos, I don't feel like my subscribers are still the same, but I don't think that everyone is tuning in as they would, and I understand it, international break. So I will be mixing these up. Obviously, we do the match reaction tomorrow, might do a watch along, those will be live, but I'm going to see how I do things going forward. I may have to mix it up just for variation of the algorithm. I think I'm being affected by the algorithm, I'm not going to lie, because the numbers are still there, the people are still tuning in. But yeah, we'll see how we do going forward. It's always good to mix it up as well. Deshaun in the house, afternoon Bosh, just in time for my lunch break. Yeah, we're not going to be too long. I'm going to be on with Connor in just under half an hour. So this is just going to be preferable lineup, score prediction, and we go from there. Yeah. Morning to you, Iron, and shout out to everyone, man. Listen, Richard in the house and Chris in the house. Yeah. So listen, we know what it is with our team news. Dan James, in terms of him, he's going to be out. We know that. We know Max Verger is. I doubt Max Verger is going to be on the bench tomorrow. I think it's very unlikely with a meniscus injury. Bamford is available, so you'd think that he's going to be back. Daniel Farker did say, though, in regards to Bamford, he's nowhere near ready for 90 minutes. You know what's new with that, but I think he will probably make the bench too. In terms of Burnley, though. Let me see what we're saying. Deshaun saying we will be there. Listen, you're there. There's the thing is, I've got a core audience. I get that. I've always got a core, and some of you have been with me from the start. But I think I do have to mix it up a little. Maybe so. Listen, I know that 40-minute, 30-minute content isn't for everyone, but at the same time, I do get messages from people that say they really love that content because it just means longer time for them to watch. So yeah, you can't please everyone. You know what I mean? You can't please everyone. I hear those saying, personally, I don't watch shorts, but 10-20-minute videos are perfect. Yeah. And Jeff also saying, ups and down, KG, very good content up to 20 minutes is grand. Shorts, not for me. Yeah, I haven't done one short, Jeff, and everyone else. Shorts for me is too microwavable. You don't. I'm too detailed to do shorts. By the time I'm like halfway through a sentence, the thing would have cut off. So you know what I mean? That doesn't work for me. But I think maybe like 10-minute videos when it comes to certain previews. Like if we're doing a preview against Plymouth, I don't know why I always pick on Plymouth when I do this example, but I think maybe those will be recorded rather than going live. So it's just going to be like that. I'm just talking about varying it up for the future. Yeah, and in regards to Burnley's availability, people, Manuel Benson is going to be out. Obviously, we know we was linked with him, which was a catastrophe for me. I don't think you should ever be linked with a divisional rival's, leftovers. Koleosho signed a new deal at Burnley. He's going to be fit and available. Connor Roberts may not make the trip. They've got John Egan in there now, along with Joe Worrell, who's recently signed for them as well in the summer. So Burnley are going to be pretty strong, and they're a strong team. Listen, the last couple games, you have to discount those. That they were going what we were going through last season with last-minute departures, players wanting to leave. Even Koleosho at one point looked like he was going to leave, and then all of a sudden now he signed a new deal. You've got to think there's going to be an exit clause involved with that. But they're going to be a strong outfit. They've got some very good operators at this level. I don't know if Jordan Bay is going to be back. We'll see with him, but I did like him at championship level last time. We know Josh Brownhill at this level is a good operator in midfield, so we're going to have to be on it, which goes into my team selection as well. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a good, tight game. I don't think it's going to be high scoring tomorrow. I just don't see it. but there is definitely ways that we should get the 3 points. And I know that both managers have said about each other's team being one of the favorites, and both teams are settled, which is very funny considering Burnley's recent transfer activity. But we're at home tomorrow, so we need to lay down the marker, make Ellen Road a fortress again, like we did for most of last season, and put it to them, and just put a warning to the rest of the league that we are here and we should be one of the favorites for the top two. And you get the top two by winning these games. You keep your home form strong, you win games against your divisional rivals, and then you pick up points in all the other games that you should pick up points in. Gavin, that's tremendous. Varka will play a quadruple. I can't even say it. Parker will play a quadruple pivot tomorrow. That is tremendous, Gavin. That tickled me because I've said on here before in regards to the team selections that I think it's overkill to play two defensive midfielders like Ampadu and Gruev. But I did say that there is the caveat with that is when it comes to a Sheffield United or Burnley. And I think that comes into play tomorrow. I do. I think that we will stick with the two defensive midfielders. But I wouldn't be mad if Farker, goes outside the box and plays a Rothwell or plays a Tanaka to start. But I do think he's going to stick with Gurev and Ampadu in the middle. Carl's saying, oh, just in regards to the content thing, yeah, like the short ones for when I get a quick break, but I like longer ones when most as people get involved. Yep. And it's good to see your views and other people's opinions, etc. Yeah, Carl, that's why. Listen, when I started this channel, that's what I was always doing. I rarely did recorded videos unless it's out of my control. Like in November, there's going to be 2 games for sure that I'm not going to be able to do live match reactions for. So, look out for the uploads for those because I'll be away. But as we know, things change through time, don't they? People's attention spans change. I think when I first started as well, TikTok wasn't really that big, but now you see, don't you? Everything is just microwavable. It's just quick. People don't want to, discourse. They don't want discussion. They just want news quick and fast. And I mean, I don't like that though. I like the conversation. I like the discussion with people. That's what I've always enjoyed, whether I agree with you or not, or whether you agree with me or not. I think it's always good to get long form content out there. But I get it, people don't have much time to sit down and watch an hour, and especially when it comes to championship. If we was in the Prem, people, this would be no problem because you get Premier League views. I mean, I speak to Connor about this all the time, but when we're in the Prem, you're getting countries watching you that you didn't even know existed. And I'm pretty good at geography, barring that Stoke and West Midlands thing, that East Midlands Stoke thing. You remember that one? But yeah, you just have to, when you just have to pivot sometimes, don't you? And just go with what the analytics are telling you. As much as I hate that data, sometimes you have to go with it, man. Yeah, Richard saying that's the best thing about you, KG. You properly interact with your viewers, not just the ones that are paying you. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you always have to give priority to members and super chats, quite frankly, because those are the ones that YouTube push to you as well. So you won't always see it, but when I get notifications of comments that come through, it will always be members and it will always be super chats. Other ones sometimes I don't even get notifications for unless I look for them. But that is the way. But yeah, I always try and give people a voice, regardless. Everyone is a viewer for me. It doesn't matter if you're a member or not. Obviously, I appreciate my members, that much more. But yeah, that makes no difference to me. So yeah, in regards to Burnley, this is how I would set up people. This is how I would set up. And I think it's only right that we keep the same back five that has kept clean sheets. Is it now 3 in a row? I think it's only right. I don't think anyone dislodges this back five currently. I'm very, very happy. Well, happy as can be after the transfer window with this back five. Let's keep these guys rolling and rocking. Yeah, except for those guys, Chris. Yeah, except for those guys. But yeah, listen, I would, for this game, contrary to what I've said before, even though I did say like against Sheffield United and Burnley, it could be different. I would keep Gruev and Ampadu together just for control of that midfield. I think it's going to be really important tomorrow. We cannot allow people in Burnley's midfield to dictate play. And I think having Gruev in there, and if we're in control, Gruev can still push forward. But if not, keep him and Ampadu together just to keep it solid, keep us a good base, or as Danny Fark would say, a good basement, and I think that gives us a real solid footing. Now, if you think that you should have Rothwell in there or Tanaka, I'm not against it. I'm just saying for this kind of game, I think that we can shore it up without losing too much of our attacking potency, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Um, and here it is. This is going to be the one that's going to be tricky now. And I'm going to say this now about Aronson. He's on the bench for me just purely because he played that late game on Wednesday out in Ohio. So I don't know if he's going to be fit enough to start come Saturday. Oh, sorry, tomorrow at 12:30. And he would be more than good enough to come off the bench and give us some energy and relief in that role. But I'm going to go with Solomon, Ramazani on the right, and Nanto through the middle with Joseph up top. Reason why Solomon stays on the left is because for me, he is key in this division. And I think as long as he stays fit, he is going to be the absolute, like another cheat code for us. I think he can be that kind of player for us. Nanto, I feel, will be the key in that area. And that's the reason why I've stuck him in the middle. I think we've already seen him through multiple games now, whether it be with Leeds or Italy under 21s. He's starting to revel in that 10 position. He's got the vision, he's got the awareness to play in that position, and I think he could be key to unlocking that big old Burnley defense. So I would put Nanto in the middle. Ramazani, I'm going to give him a go on the right. I've never seen anything of him from the right. His work is usually off the left. But as you know, Dan James is out, and we don't have another natural right sider. So unless Aronson is fit and he starts on the right, then cool. But I think that with the defensive lineup that I've got at the back, I think Solomon, Ramazani, Nanto, and Joseph more than makes up for it. What say you? Michael here saying Farker hinted in his press conference yesterday that he would integrate the new signings slowly, given that the leagues they've come from is not as competitive as the championship. Yeah, he did say that about both Tanaka and Schmidt. I would not expect to see Schmidt start any games unless we are playing like Sunday or Saturday, Tuesday, or something like that. I don't see it happening as of yet because, quite frankly, I think Bogle's done fine. I think he's been much better in the last few games defensively too. And Firpo at this level. He's pretty much undeniable when it comes to going forward. So I think it's going to be tough for either Schmidt or Byram to displace those two. But I'm good with having a settled defense. I think a bedrock of a good team always has a settled defense, always. And if this is our defense going forward, that's settled as long as we don't get injuries and suspensions, which is unrealistic, then I'm cool with it. Carl saying, I play the same team, but have that front three switching if it isn't going their way. Exactly, Carl. As long as we don't concede many shots on target, we should have enough to get the 3 points. Exactly. And Carl, going back to your first point, that's what I was going to say as well. It's interchangeable. We've seen Solomon on international break play down the middle. So if it's not working in that instance, we'll probably see Nanto move out to left and Solomon drift in the middle. Ramazani, if he's not comfortable for him out on the right, if he's not getting the kind of joy that he usually gets when he plays on the left, maybe he switches sides with Nanto and Nanto goes on the right. That's the beauty of it, that these guys are pretty much interchangeable and you're going to get high quality from all three players anyway. And the striker selection speaks for itself. Joseph is on form both at club level and international level. Let's keep that going. Keep that rolling. Yeah, he will have to defend. Look, I think he's gonna be up against Koleosho tomorrow. So it's gonna be a tough outing for Bogle. So he's gonna have to be mindful of both sides of the game, both attacking and defending. No doubt about it. Koleosho is a fine player, and you can see why, there was teams, bidding, well, Burnley wanted 25 million for him, but there were teams after him, and obviously they couldn't get him. He's now still at Burnley. He's going to be a problem tomorrow, big time. So Bogle is going to have to be on it, and that's why I give credit to Bogle. He was shaky in the first couple games. He was defensively, he wasn't getting back. He was leaving big old gaps on the right hand side. But I saw anyway, I'll speak for myself, in the last couple games, he was starting to track back. As soon as we lost the ball, I noticed Bogle bombing back to get back in his position. And that's all you can ask from him. He's got to stand up a little bit more. He does get sent to the shops a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a good test for him tomorrow, 100%. Sasha here saying so keen to see Ramazani play more minutes. Yeah, me too, man. And that's why I'm putting him out on the right. I think, not just because we invested so much money in him, but because he's a good talent, like a real good talent, and he seems to be hungry to want to, get this team up. He seems hungry to want to have success for himself, get goals, get assists, light the crowd up. I think it will be a good way to see him. But for me, just at this moment in time, I don't see him, taking out Solomon from that left-hand side. And that's a good problem to have, people. Not gonna lie. It's a good problem to have. Kevin. Gavin, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Deshaun saying, don't see us rotating unless we get injuries, to be honest. Can't see Farker changing. Yeah, I mean, look, Deshaun, he's going to have to rotate at some point. Obviously, we're not in the busy period yet where we're playing Saturday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Wednesday at this point in time. But we knew that last season, didn't we? We knew what the team was going to be, and that can't be the case this year. Not when we've got the options that we've got. Because look, I've got the starting lineup here, people, but there's still Peru in here. You know, Peru is hungry to prove everyone wrong. You know, even though that story about Sheffield United might not be true, he would have seen the comments. Him and his people, his family, friends, they would have seen the comments that people were saying in terms of, yeah, I do that deal every day. He's going to want to prove something. We've got other players here. Aronson will be on the bench. He'll want to prove something. Rothwell will want to prove something. Tanaka will want to make an impact. There's a lot of talent to come off. And when you think about rotating those in, especially against some of the lesser teams in this division, it's not that much of a drop off. You know, if we're going, I'm going to use them again. Plymouth, for instance. I don't know why I keep on picking on Plymouth. Let's go with Bristol City. Yeah, if we go in against Bristol City on say like a Tuesday game, you would expect to see a little bit of rotation, not too heavy, but just to give some people a rest, because that was the problem last year. We burnt our best players out towards the end, and one was carrying a hernia injury, so it was careless in the end, wasn't it? Um, so look here. Yeah, Ramazani. Yeah, I know. I don't mean it. You know, I need to look at the table and look at some more bottom tier clubs. They just always pop into my head. I don't know what. You know what I think it is? It's because we played them. I think we played them like 3 or 4 times last season, whether it be in the league and then we played them in the cup. So yeah, we played them in the cup twice, didn't we? We had a replay against them. So yeah. Uh, sorry, Plymouth. Ali here saying even with James injury, we got so much quality on the bench. Big time, Ali. There's no excuses for tomorrow. It's a game that we can win. Not saying we should win, even though I think our talent level on the pitch, even from the starting line I've given, is more than good enough to win. We've got more than enough in the arsenal to get a win tomorrow, and the options off the bench to change it if it's not going right. So yeah, we definitely have enough for tomorrow. But Burnley will be wanting to right the ship after a turbulent end to the transfer window. They'll be looking refreshed. They'll be wanting to come in, make a point that they are going to finish 1 or 2 in the league. So we're going to have to be ready for that. It's not going to be easy tomorrow at all. Absolutely, it's not going to be easy. So with that being said, people, let's go in score predictions. I'm going to say it's going to be a tight game. I do think we may concede tomorrow. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leeds United victory. I'm going to go Solomon getting a goal, and I'm going to go with my boy Mateo Joseph netting the winner. Let's go. So 2-1 Leeds United. And listen, people, if you're not on the live now, if you want to put your score prediction in the comments, please do so. What is that about? Solomon all day. We're paying too much for him. Oh, okay, right, got it. Okay, you're having a conversation. I didn't see the Nidar thing. Gavin saying 4-1. 4-1. That would be nice, man. That would be nice, Gavin. Not gonna lie, but I don't see it, man. I don't see it, but I would love it. I would love it. And I feel we deserve it, you know. Ali saying 1-0. I would take that. Ricky saying 2-0 as well. Does anyone think if anyone thinks Burnley's going to get the win, then obviously please, you know, put it in the comments and put a reason why as well. Don't just put that Burnley going to win. Put a reason why you think Burnley going to beat Leeds United. Richard is also going for a clean sheet. Yeah, a few of you with the clean sheet still. All right then. Okay. And Ina saying 3-1 to Leeds. I like that one. Ina, I was wrestling with 3-1 Ina, but I've gone with 2-1. I think it may just be just that little bit tighter. But yeah, we'll see. J Race is saying 2-0 Leeds. Gavin saying 2 for Joseph. Okay, yep. Ming is saying 3-1. Deshaun going 3-0. Joseph Brace, Nanto 1. That would be good too. Lee saying 3-2 to Leeds. Got it. Okay, so we're all pretty confident for tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna end it here for the preview. I will be back tomorrow, definitely for the match reaction. Gonna see if I'm gonna do a watch along. But look, just put the notification bell on the channel, on the notifications, and you'll know if I'm going live for the watch along or for the match reaction. So just stay tuned to the channel, people. That's all I'd say. But listen, that will be it for the preview. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.